Hello, welcome to the first episode of Alumni Spotlight, a three-part series by NUS BizConnect, where we chat with alumni to gain insights into their industries. I'm Seth, your host, and in this episode, we'll discover some of our alumni's career journey highlights. Today, we have two very special guests, Hector Ang, graduate analyst at Barclays, and Darryl Lim, associate consultant at EY, focusing on AI, data, and tech consulting. Thank you both for taking time to join us today. So to start off, right, maybe could you give a short introduction of yourselves to the audience?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Darryl. I'm from the class of 2023. So I started my career very briefly in HR consulting before pivoting to AI and data in the same firm. So far I've worked on AI strategy, analytics transformation, and right now data discovery and enablement project. Hector.
So hi everyone, I'm Hector. I recently graduated just a few months ago in 2025 of July. Previously, I was in NUS Business doing finance, and before that, all of my internship experiences have been geared towards banking and finance. So I did some corporate banking, some investment banking, M&A advisory, and I'm currently at Barclays as a corporate banking graduate.
Thank you guys for sharing your introductions. So maybe to kick things off on a bit of a lighter note, right? Maybe could you guys share what you guys like to do to de-stress after work or some hobbies here?
I think for me, right, there's only a few I can think of now. One is gymming. So I try to hit like four days every week.
Wow.
Hang out with friends, Like, after work, everyone's all stressed. Then like all of your friends are also in the same area, the same industry. So it's very easy to go and meet for drinks, meet for dinners, and then visiting restaurants, bars, hang out with family, that kind of thing. Yeah, and traveling.
Wow.
Leave's very precious when you start work. So
Do you have any plans for the coming December?
go to Spain.
Spain,
Yeah,
wow.
with my family, and then skiing next year with some friends as well.
Sounds really fun. How about you?
So I think for me, the gym as well. But for me, I bring my gym clothes with me usually. So I just hit the gym wherever, Anytime Fitness, it's everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Traveling as well, just got back from a trip to China, Shanghai. Yeah, I think quite ironically for me, I actually spent some time learning about AI because I'm actually very interested in the tech. So it doesn't feel like work to me. It's actually sort of relaxation as well.
Actually, having things outside of work is it's very important not only for your mental health, or like your distressing or whatnot, but it's also very important because when you're talking to anyone, be it your bosses, your clients, other stakeholders, right? Like you cannot just talk about work.
That's true.
A lot of times they'll ask you, you're bond over common topics. So like I know some colleagues they bond over F1, some colleagues bond over football.
Yeah.
Me and some colleagues bond over like whiskey or bars in Singapore or
Wow.
gymming.
Okay.
So like it's these kind of topics that really get you closer to someone on a personal level, not just like a transactional level. So it actually really helps in terms of networking as well. So that, try and cultivate hobbies as you go along. Yeah.
See, so building that rapport,
Building the rapport and also adding some flavor into your life. Like it's not just you're not like 100% only focusing on like my Excel model,
Wow.
or you're also branching out into more holistic things. It's not just for enjoyment, but it's also helps to broaden your horizon as well.
Okay, so maybe we move on to more of what you guys do on a day-to-day basis, right? So maybe could you share with the audience what does a typical day in your work life look like?
So I think for consulting, it's very hard to say because it's very project dependent.
I see.
But generally, for an AI or data project, we'll start with some sort of discovery, right? You're trying to discover, say, business needs and use cases, maybe where AI and data can come in.
Yeah.
Then in the middle, that's where you get to some sort of prioritization. You have a framework to see how impactful is something, how feasible is something, and then it ends off in solutioning, right? So that can stop at just a conceptual solution or fully building it up.
Sounds like your work is very dynamic.
It's very dynamic, and I think that's one of the huge draws of consulting also.
I see. Okay. How about you?
So for me, I just wine and dine the whole time. Just kidding. Yeah. So I guess an average day would be, again, it's quite dependent on the deal flow. It's quite dependent on what projects you're working on right now. Are you in the pitching stage? Are you mandated?
Yeah.
Are you running KYC? Are you doing due diligence, or are you doing slides? So it's very dependent on like what's happening at that point in time. I would say right now, the year is ending, so we're kind of closing out the year. tying up some loose deals, push things to the gate. I would say morning checking emails. If it's a new client, things like doing some basic KYC, understanding a bit of the credit of the client, and then if it's an actual deal, talk to different stakeholders, talking to your product partners, talking to if it's cross border, talking to overseas colleagues, and yeah, just a lot of meetings, conversations with the client and with other fellow stakeholders as well. And then a lot of analysis as well. So I would say it's quite a nice mix of everything, and also depending on what's happening at that point in time.
Wow. Sounds like a really packed day,
It can be very packed. Yeah. I would say like it's time management as well. I mean, honestly, for at least for my job and a lot of jobs aside from like IB's 4 a.m. kind of days, if you really cannot finish, you can always do it at night.
I see.
You just need to sacrifice some of your personal time, and also depends on how important the deliverable is.
Yeah.
But I'll say what's more important is actually keeping track of what everyone asks you to do, or all your deliverable, because each deliverable, or let's say I'm staffed on like 5 deals, and they're all at different stages, different timelines. I have to keep track of, this deal, I need to send out this RFP by let's say next week, Monday.
Yeah.
And if I forget that, I'm in a quite bad position if I forget to send them the document, right?
Yeah.
So it's about also prioritizing and also communicating with your stakeholders as well. So I think that part is actually a bit harder because it's quite easy to just do this, do X, do Y, do Z.
Yeah.
But it's quite hard to like make sure everything gets delivered correctly and timely.
Okay, so now we're going to dive deeper into your career paths, but with a twist. So instead of me asking, right, you guys will take turns drawing from the post in front of you. And we can start off with Darryl. Yeah. Any question you like.
This bowl, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so since I've worked in both people consulting and AI and data, what's something I underestimated about the day-to-day in either area? Okay, so I think I'll speak more generally in consulting, about consulting. So I think what I didn't expect was the level of ownership from get-go as a junior. Because sometimes online, right, you will read that, hey, as an analyst, you're gonna own just this very tiny slice of work, right, that someone else has structured for you. But then sometimes due to pure circumstance, that may not be the case. And that wasn't the case for me. It's been the case since I started. I had to fully own and deliver the work with pretty minimal supervision.
What would you say are the good and bad parts of it? Taking ownership so early on.
So I think it helps you grow faster as a consultant because if you're on the flip side, right, you're just trying to execute something that someone else has thought through, then it can feel pretty mechanical because you're just building a slide that is showing content that someone else has thought of. Yeah, but if you get to actually attack the problem, think through the analysis, and then deliver that on slide, right, that's a lot more enriching.
Wow. Okay, Hector, will you elaborate?
Alright, sure. Okay, so this one says, looking back, what's one technical skill you wish you had focused on earlier in NUS that would have prepared you for your first internship? Okay, so maybe not first internship because my first internship wasn't really finance geared, but I would say for finance internships in general, I would think that having mastery over PowerPoint and Excel is like incredibly important as a finance junior. The reason for that is it's not just your equity research or your investment banking, they are doing models. Even as like a corporate banking analyst now, I'm working a lot with Excel and a lot with PowerPoint. PowerPoint for pitching, for internal reporting, and Excel for also reporting of like monthly figures, a lot of pivot tables, XLOOKUP, that kind of thing, and also the occasional modeling here and there as well, especially for your lending deals, right? And I guess having that basic understanding of all the shortcuts, how can you quickly duplicate a slide, how can you very quickly change the font color, change the shape, fill color, that kind of thing. It really adds a lot of value as a junior, because as a junior, a lot of times you're not coming up with a grand plan of like, we're gonna structure this lending facility like this, we're gonna have like 5 tranches or whatever. You're not really gonna be doing that. All you're gonna be doing is putting the idea into action, right? So if you're able to do that very efficiently and very effectively without mistakes, you will be a very good asset to whichever team you join. And this kind of thing is typically through practice. So if you're already kind of coming into the industry with that ability, it's a pretty good skill to have, I would say. Yeah. It saves you a lot of long nights as well.
Wow.
That's an additional plus point.
Yeah, that's really a pro tip for our audience here. But we say you realize this before you entered the world of finance or after?
So I would say at the start of me entering finance, because to be honest, when I was just entering university, my PowerPoint skills were pretty atrocious. Like I used to use a ruler, right? I would hold it on the screen to align the logos. Like it was that level of So like and then Excel is like I'll literally cell by cell like this, click this, then I'll drag it here. I'll use the mouse. You know, there's always that discourse about can you use mouse on Excel?
Yeah.
Right now I can fully say that using no mouse is faster.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just kind of small things. Then during my time in NUS Invest, actually, I was thinking, damn, if I keep this up, right, I'm dead. You know, like my models I don't have to do anymore. The slides won't be done. So that's really when I tried to improve my Excel and Power proficiency, which really helped in my internships, to be honest. Like and plus, you know, like as a year one before you enter uni, you do the PowerPoint and Excel black belt, right?
Oh yeah.
I think even if you pass the black belt, which everyone has to pass anyways, if you don't practice it, it just goes down the drain quite quickly.
Wow.
So
You'll lose the skills very fast.
it's like muscle memory.
Yeah.
So now if you ask me like how do I create an additional column, like all HIC or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, so things like that is like because you're using it every day, that's why you can quickly execute it, right?
Feels natural lah.
Yeah, it feels natural at this point, which is quite a good skill to have, I would say.
Okay, we'd like to take the next question was.
Okay, what made me decide to pivot from a business background to an AI and data consulting role at EY? Okay, I think, so for context, I did a triple specialization. Did HR, supply chain, and also BA. I think all along, right, I've been very partial to business analytics, and I appreciated it not just for the analytical, toolkit that it gives you, but also the fact that it introduced me to Python. It gave me comfort with code and the ability to build. And I think that's something that I value a lot because from nothing, right, can build something that automates or solves a problem.
Wow.
So when I was offered the opportunity to move, it was quite a no-brainer for me. I mean, straight up, I felt aligned because I started in HR consulting, right? But when I was asked on my first day, what kind of work do you want to do? My first answer was analytics. And then I was told, like, we don't really do that kind of projects here.
I see.
So later down the line, around 6 months later, when there was this very rare opportunity, right? Yeah, I just went for it.
Must really seem like a golden opportunity at the time.
It was.
Wow. Actually, would you say is what you imagined compared to what before you entered the team?
Very different from what I imagined because I was slated to be on a very, very technical role. What you call a data engineer, staring at just code statements every day, trying to optimize like this block of code running a little bit faster to get the data a bit faster to the stakeholders. But then as a matter of circumstance, I was put on an AI strategy project. So totally different, right? Like that's where you're looking across like the entire organization. So there was like 20 departments. You're discovering their unique pain points, there are different functions. And I had to keep up with AI because it was moving up. It was moving so fast.
Wow.
And my client was technical team, they know their stuff. So I have to know my stuff also.
I see.
Yeah.
So you were able to relate well with them,
Yes. But very stressful, like literally on the commute or on the treadmill, I'm like force feeding myself AI every day. It helped me build that habit today. So today I have a reading list, right? I have sources to keep up with AI.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's a very great perspective for our audience. Okay, maybe alright.
What drew you to corporate banking for your final internship? Alright, so I think I mentioned earlier that my experience has been mainly like finance background. I did corporate and investment banking in different banks. I would say I did not really know corporate bank existed at year one, to be honest. And actually, it was by accident that I really got into corporate banking. So my third internship was at year 2 summer. I was at Stanchart and I was in their corporate bank team. And it was there that I really learned about what corporate banking really is. And to be honest, if you're not inside corporate banking even as like a fresh grad, chances are you may not know super much about what corporate banking does. And because of that Stanchart experience, I actually kind of learned about what it's about, who are the stakeholders you work with, and essentially let me see the bank from like a bird's eye view. Because corporate bank connects clients to the bank. So you work with the client, but you also work with your product partners. So your loan team, your trade finance team, your cash management team, your payments team. So because of that, you can see kind of what the bank, all the solutions that the bank can offer to the client, and that really intrigued me. So as a result, when I was applying for my penultimate summer, which is arguably the most important internship of your student career, I focused quite heavily on corporate banking. I mean, granted, I was still quite tactical. I applied for more than corporate banking outside of that scope, investment banking, some asset management. But honestly, quite grateful to have landed Barclays as my final internship, and then performed well, I hope, and then converted to a full-time. So I think that it's quite expensive.
So it sounds like after your first internship, you're really set on corporate banking.
I guess for me, I would say long term, yes. I want to do sales. I mean, honestly, most front office directors or MDs are sales based. But what I really wanted was client interaction from the get go. And it's something that I feel corporate banking really offered me. Because even as a junior, I was looped into client meetings. I was, I mean, as an intern, even as like a year 2 summer intern, I was looped into client meetings during my year 3 internship as well. You know, getting really in the nuts and bolts of the discussions. You're trying to see how your RMs negotiate terms. All these are very eye-opening experiences, I would say. And it's something that I definitely want to strive for. So it's just working towards that goal of covering clients and being more of a sales client-facing role.
Okay, so this brings us to the end of our first episode. Thank you both for sharing your perspectives. It's been really enjoyable hearing your career journey so far. And that's the end of our first episode of Alumni Spotlight. Stay tuned for more conversations with our inspiring alumni right here on BizConnect. Thank you.